Hi, Achim Yekarim. How are you? I hope you're having a great week so far. We're getting ready for the shiur tonight. Just wanted to give you a quick chidush for today that will give you some perspective on things and also help you, Be'ezrat Hashem, with business now and forever. But most importantly, get you even more connected with Hashem. We're still in Parashat Pekudei. It says, Ele Pekudei HaMishkan, Mishkan HaEdut, Asher Pukad Al Pi Moshe Avodat HaLeviim, Biyad Itamar ben Aaron HaKohen, ובצלאל בן אורי בן חור למטה יהודה עשה את כל אשר ציווה אדוני את משה. ואיתו אהליאב בן אחיסמך למטה דן חרש וחושב, ורוקם בתכלת בארגמן ובתלעת השני ובשש. Translation: These are the reckonings of the tabernacle, the Mishkan, the tabernacle of testimony, which were reckoned at Moses' bidding. The labor of the Levites was under the authority of Itamar, son of Aaron the Kohen. Betzalel, son of Uri, son of Hur, the tribe of Judah, did everything that Hashem commanded Moses. With him was Oholiav, son of Achisamach, of the tribe of Dan, a carver, a weaver, an embroiderer, with turquoise purple and scarlet wool with linen. So the question is that Hashem has just spent and invested 3 verses to tell us something we technically already knew from the last several parashot of who is the one that's built this Mishkan. It's Moshe, and then we have the Leviim, and then we have obviously Betzalel, and we have all of these people. What's the and most importantly, this was the commandment by Hashem. What's why is Hashem reminding us of something we already know? Again, we always talk about Hashem doesn't have one extra letter, let alone 3 verses in the Torah. Here we learn a very big secret, as I think we've mentioned in the past, that the Mishkan of the desert that we've had for nearly 40 years, a little less than 40 years, because this parasha and the Mishkan was built 2 years after we left Egypt, so 38 years. Here we learn something, a big secret, is that this Mishkan was holier and much more significant than both the first and the Bet HaMikdash, and was never destroyed, was never messed with, was never stolen from. Nothing ever bad happened to it. It was completely protected by the sanctity and the holiness of what they've done over here. Even bigger than the first and second Bet HaMikdash. The secret is that first it starts here. Chazal says here, why was this Mishkan so holy in comparison to, let's say, the one that was built by Shlomo HaMelech? Shlomo HaMelech was tzaddik, chacham mikol adam, smarter than any, wiser than any man that ever lived. Hashem gave him a special chokhmah, special wisdom. At the age of 13, when he became king, he instead of praying for money and for this and for that, he prayed to Hashem, please Hashem, give me the wisdom to judge your nation favorably. Hashem says, since you're so careful and so concerned about my nation, not only will I give you this wisdom, that's going to be a special wisdom that will be known forever, but I'll also give you money and I'll give you power, which is something that everybody else wants. That's usually what they ask for. So why was Shlomo HaMelech, why was his Bet HaMikdash not holier than the Mishkan? Mishkan was much smaller, much simpler, didn't even have a small percentage of the amount of gold that his Bet HaMikdash had. Chazal says that if someone didn't see the first Bet HaMikdash, they never saw true beauty. Or what about the second one? The second Bet HaMikdash, second temple, was built as a thanks to the benevolence of King Cyrus. King Cyrus is Koresh in Hebrew. Second Bet HaMikdash, but it was destroyed. Why? Here we learn something very interesting. Chazal says that the tabernacle, the Mishkan, had the 10 commandments, both sets, the broken ones and the ones that were whole, the second pair. It had the Kedusha that was much higher than anything has ever had before because of this. On top of that, it was built by Moses. Moses that sacrificed his entire life for Am Yisrael, never even a break, despite all the accusations they had against him, despite all the complaints they had against him, despite even Hashem offering him technically a better deal, saying, listen, let me destroy this nation after they did the Chet HaEgel, let me destroy them and start a better nation from you. He says, no, remove me, kill me first and remove me from your Torah. If that's what you're going to do. Mamash, sacrifice his life, put his life on the line. And then on top of that, the third thing is that they had, who built this? It's the Levites, the Levi tribe. Who are these Levi tribe? These are the same Levies that Hashem used in Parashat Ki Tisa when we had the Chet HaEgel. We unfortunately the Am Yisrael sinned. Part of them sinned, which is Erev Rav, that built the actual Egel itself, and the rest of the nation that didn't rebuke them, didn't say anything. This is a reminder to us that until this day we are suffering because of the Chet HaEgel, because of the sin of the idol, the golden calf. Not because all of Am Yisrael worshipped this nonsense. Not because of all Am Yisrael did idol worship, but because we didn't say anything about it. We just sat there quietly. Like, unfortunately, a lot of people are sitting there today seeing people mechalel Shabbat, seeing people eat pork, seeing people violate all the holidays, seeing people doing all the stealing in their business and not saying anything. No. Let him, I'm a tzaddik, I keep mitzvot, let him take care of himself, let Hashem deal with him. No. This is a biblical commandment that we are supposed to and actually are obligated to tell our friends if they're making a sin. But it also says, V'lo tisa alav chet, meaning don't bring upon him sin, meaning that don't put him in a situation where he has to sin by getting angry and taking it the wrong way, and don't put him in a situation where it's you're insulting him, in public, embarrassing him in public. You have to do it in a certain way. But nonetheless, you have to do something. You have to do something. You can't just let people sin for the rest of their lives and chas v'shalom lose their olam haba and olam hazeh. So we have the Levites that fought for Hashem, never were involved in the whole Chet HaEgel, and actually after Moshe Rabbeinu came down with and broke the 10 commandments, they took it upon their hands to kill all of the violators. These are the Levites. The Rambam says that the Levites today are the Talmidim Chachamim. People are learning Torah, the Avrichim, the little simple people that everyone doesn't, thinks is milking the nation, that's not working. These people that are learning 9, 10, 12 hours a day, all day, and make $500 a month, those people that nobody cares about, they're the ones saving the world, by the way. They're the ones that are giving Hashem a reason to continue this world. That's the Levi tribe, Rambam says. That's the Levi tribe. Last part is the chokhmah and the honesty and integrity of Betzalel. The honesty and integrity of Betzalel. He had not only himself, but anyone that was with him had to be a distinguished person that had ultra righteousness, ultra tzaddik. Not ultra orthodox, ultra tzaddik. The first Bet HaMikdash, unfortunately, did not have all of this. Shlomo HaMelech used many Arabs to build the Bet HaMikdash, and Chazal says that if he, instead of using Jewish people to build the Bet HaMikdash, even though he was wise, he still made mistakes. Using Arabs to build it, using the people that are not necessarily going for the Torah, using people that are doing Avodah Zarah, using people that are going against Hashem in many ways, to build the Bet HaMikdash, he's also going to give them the power to destroy the Bet HaMikdash. So even though he had some of it, where he had Hashem, obviously is the holiness of Hashem, he's only doing this for Hashem, he's not doing this for himself. So just, and he also had the 10 commandments in there. And he also was a distinguished leader. And he also had good, good quality people. But unfortunately, not everyone. So that gave him the power to destroy it. The second Bet HaMikdash was even in a worse situation. Not only was it something that the King Cyrus, which is obviously not a Jew, commanded to put this whole situation together, but they didn't have the 10 commandments, didn't have the Aron HaKodesh, and didn't exactly have a distinguished leader or even distinguished righteous people working on it. This teaches us something about business today, because obviously we're not building Bet HaMikdash right now. Mashiach hasn't come. Be'ezrat Hashem will come soon when we bring enough people back to Hashem. But this will teach us something about business. If we want to succeed in business, in the old days I used to be a successful businessman, as you know, and I learned a few things, but I wish I would have learned this verse back then. Why? Because things would have been different, at least while I was still in it. But of course, Baruch Hashem, we're in the Esek of the Torah now. But we still can use the old information and the new information and make it into something special. Something that could help anyone that's still in the business world. There are 4 keys to success. As we learned from the holiness of the Mishkan, it had to have HaShem in it. So how can we have HaShem in our business? Every time you walk into that door, do you have a mezuzah in your business, or you're embarrassed from your friends? You have a mezuzah. Is a kosher mezuzah, or is the one that you bought for $60 because you didn't want to spend $100 or $150 for a kosher one? Are you giving maaser? Are you giving 10% of your net profits to Talmidim Chachamim, or rabbis that are doing kiruv, or people that are dedicating their life to Torah, or you use that money for the extra vacation for the year? Hashem said, "Ta'aser v'tit'asher." If you give the 10%, I guarantee that you will become rich. He doesn't say time, but he guarantees that you will be rich in your lifetime. Anyone that wants to get rich, this is the tithe. This is the maaser. Anyone that knows what's good for them, obviously will listen to Hashem, and Hashem is telling you, you're not allowed to test me in anything except this. So if we make Hashem a partner, technically He's giving us 100%, and He's telling us to give 10% to His children that are dedicating their life to Torah. He's giving us 100%. Imagine having a partner, and he says, listen, I'm going to do all the work. I'm going to do 100% of the work, but I just want 10% of the profits. You tell him, oh, listen, just keep doing what you're doing. I'll give you 50. Hashem says, no, I just want 10. I just want 10. But yet we have problems. Why? The Yetzer Hara gets involved. The Yetzer Hara always constantly tries to tell us to do otherwise. No, we need to save for retirement. No, there's a big deal coming up. No. Maybe we're not going to make this money next week. Maybe we're not going to make this money next month. Maaser is very, very important. This is making Hashem a partner in our life. That's first one. Second one, Moses. We don't have Moses in our generation, but how is Moses going to help us in our business? Hashem told Aaron and Miriam, his brother and sister, when they said some unintentional but lashon hara about Moshe Rabbeinu, why is he leaving his wife? Hashem said, you dare talk about my Moshe Rabbeinu? You dare talk about Moshe? Yeah, but he's a prophet and we're prophets. Hashem says, no. He's not like you. He's not like you. He's prophet of all prophets. You can't compare him to you. This is telling us that any successful business, any successful empire, any successful anything must have solid leadership, must lead by example. You can't show up to work at 10:30 and expect everyone else to show up at 8 and be happy about it. You can't be a thief and expect everyone to be honest. You can't be an angry person and expect everybody to have smiles when the customers come in. You cannot do it. You have to lead by example. Third, the Levites. We don't have Levites in our day jobs usually. So how are the Levites? Levites are solid employees. Solid employees, people that you can rely on. People that have integrity. People that are working hard. You're only as good as your employees. If your employees are no good, your business is going to fall apart. You have bad employees, replace them immediately. I used to be in this club called CEO Club, and they used to have this funny saying, but it's a very true one. He said, if you're thinking about firing him, it's already too late. You should have fired him already yesterday. So you have to have reliable people. And last but not least, Betzalel. What's Betzalel? Betzalel represented not only wisdom, but righteousness. Is your business righteous? Is your business honest? Is your business stealing from people, or is your business just doing the right thing? Selling a product, selling a service. Are you an honest person? Is your business, the foundation of your business, honest? Or are you robbing banks? Or are you stealing from customers? You have to ask yourself this, because you cannot have a business that's founded on dishonesty and still think that step number one, which is having Hashem in your life, is even relevant. You can't give maaser from stolen money. Your maaser is to'ava. It's disgusting to Hashem. It's not considered maaser. So righteousness is the last part. Hashem, strong leadership, solid employees, and an overall righteous business and environment. And Be'ezrat Hashem, we have this in our businesses, and we continue building it and do the right thing, and most importantly, be righteous with Hashem. Chazakim u'buchim, thank you for learning with me today, and Be'ezrat Hashem, we'll talk tomorrow.